Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request. All right, Ben, we have the numbers updated?
Yeah, so actually we're going to adjust these right now. So we're going to use the CNN numbers. Right now, Hillary Clinton is at 131.
131.
And Donald Trump is 167. Now,
Bloomberg
is the CNN figures. CNN. So what we're going to do, we're going to kind of run through it really quickly. See, Hillary Clinton was the favorite coming in here, so now we're going to go through a scenario in which we're going to try to figure out what is a way that Donald Trump could win. So Florida, he's looking pretty good in Florida right now.
looking real good in Florida right now.
So that's 29. Takes him to 196. Okay? Georgia still hasn't been called. They're taking their sweet time. We live in Georgia, you know. It's just, I don't know if they're eating too many peaches.
So many peaches. That's all we do down here. But Florida's looking very good.
Florida's looking good. Georgia's looking good too. So we'll give them Georgia, which is 16. We've done a lot of analysis on North Carolina, and we think that, so if we, that's Georgia. If we give them North Carolina as well, that'll take us up to a total of 31 additional, which will give us 227. Okay? Michigan. So now we're talking about Michigan. This is something that Trump was not supposed to win. He was down in the polls.
No, he was not.
He was down in the polls. Everyone thought, he didn't have much of a chance. But what we're seeing in Ohio, what we saw in Indiana, pretty good win there. And what we're seeing elsewhere, he's outperforming the polls. So we'll give him Michigan. That is a key state. So we'll give him Michigan. Take him to 243. So we're at 243 now for Donald Trump. Now Iowa. He's down right now. Exit polls though. So what you can do, you can look at CNN. You can look into their exit polls. Exit polls will say that you're looking at a 23-point edge among males, a 13-point loss among women. So you net that out, and you're looking at an Iowa win. So that's only 6 electoral votes, but we're going to need every single vote in order to make this math work for Donald Trump. So we're at 249. Arizona, that's going to be tough. We'll give that to him. Put him to 260. He's been ahead in the polls there. Utah, same story. Big story in Utah is third party is there. But yeah, it'll be a close one. So that gets you to 266. And Idaho, with its 4 electoral votes, will put him at 270. Top off Alaska. So 273. And Hillary would get the remainder at 267. So we went through that really quickly. But if you go through that, the biggest ones that you need to watch out for are obviously Michigan. You need to make sure that Florida and North Carolina go to Trump. Michigan, though, is the big one. And if he wins Michigan, I'll be prepared to put on this hat and say Donald Trump's going to win if he wins Michigan.
It's exciting stuff, man.
It's really exciting. Like, it's 11 o'clock here. I feel like it's
Let me ask you, did you think you would be this excited this early on in the night?
Well, I don't know if you know that whether or not I'm actually supporting Trump. Maybe I'm just.
Oh, you're right. We are not disclosing who we're supporting.
Right.
Just a heads up.
Even though I am wearing this hat right now.
That doesn't say anybody's name on it.
Nevertheless, it's an exciting evening. It's just far more close than it has been before, and certainly more than there's a prospect for some significant change in this election that we haven't seen before. So what are your thoughts? This is the first time you voted.
This is the first time I've ever voted. I'll be honest, the first time I've kept up this closely with an election. Missed the last election by about 3 months, so unfortunately I wasn't able to vote then. But super excited, honestly just pumped to be able to do my duty and get out there and vote.
So what do you think about why is Michigan going? Why do you think that we projected Michigan to go to Trump? Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think he's outperforming the polls so much?
Well, here's what's fascinating to me is, I think there's a pretty solid argument that a lot of people, would say that the media has been a little biased against Donald Trump. I think that's safe to say. And I think, like for me, even somebody who, was leaning into this, coming into this, saying that I thought Donald Trump had a pretty good shot at winning.
Giving us so many hearts right now.
So many hearts. Andrew's going to town. But even reading the polls, I mean, I was really concerned coming into tonight, rounding in the end of the day, sitting at my desk, thinking, wondering, hoping, praying, trying to figure out how this election was going to work out. And I can say this is not how I thought it was going to work out, especially not this early on.
If Donald Trump's so great, why is the market selling off like crazy right now?
There we go. We're getting real.
I'm looking at Bloomberg's screen right now.
Yeah, we're
it's
down
down 3%.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that
Washington too early.
Things get crazy every election. Obviously people get a little antsy. That's going to happen, but I think ultimately, give it a couple weeks, and I think things are going to balance out. I think you just got to give it some time. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I'm no investing advice here, but
of course,
I think that you have some sectors that have been taken care of by kind of the lobbyists, and I think you'll see those sectors kind of pressured. So
yeah.
I'm thinking of if they do change some of the healthcare law, that's just going to create a lot of uncertainty in the healthcare space. But there are some things that could benefit from Donald Trump winning. Like, for example, United States exporters who produce most of the stuff within the U.S. and then export elsewhere. Watch the Chinese currency, actually, I would say, because that's been trying to break out. So when the Chinese currency breaks out, it means it's actually devaluing. Mm-hmm. It's been pushing up against a 6.8 level of resistance. That might fail. It was looking to break out, and that might fail, which would make the U.S. dollar weaker against the Chinese currency, mm-hmm. and provide some boost to the U.S. versus China.
I don't know. If he is so great, why did he file for bankruptcy? Beats me. I don't know.
That's what Americans do.
I just voted. That's it. Real quick, I think we want to bring Andrew up real quick. He's got to head out. He's got a child at home.
Yeah, I'll get him
anxiously waiting for him.
Yeah. Throw it on me. I got kids to feed and a baby at home and a wife, so got to head out here in a minute. Standing by our call from earlier, Hillary Clinton wins the election. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Haven't been watching much since we made that call, probably around 5:45 or so. But Hillary Clinton, landslide victory. CNN has now called California for her. So she's now sitting at like 190. They have not yet called the state of Florida.
North Carolina
for
just
Donald. So right now she's in a healthy lead. Still a lot of states too close to call. Trump has won North Carolina. They have called that. But in the grand scheme of things, a lot of white people there. Southern state. And as we've talked about before on this broadcast, if you're not white and you're not in the South, you're not voting for Trump. That's 100% of it. The only reason you would vote for him is if you're a racist. There's no other reasons, because the only thing that's been talked about is really racial undertones. Same with Clinton. The only reason you would vote for her is if you are pro-crime and pro-corruption.
Absolutely.
So right now, racism, it looks like, might live.
Trigger warning.
Over corruption. Let it be known, though, that we called the election for corruption. I'm going to sign off on that note. These guys are going to carry you through the wee hours unless we can figure out how I can broadcast remotely from my house. Overlord Trump, all hail indeed. Really feeling good about this purchase quite a while ago.
Yeah, man. Solid investment.
When it's illegal to buy these things because Trump puts a huge tariff on them, I'm going to feel real nice about these. And huge tariff coming over from Asia where they're made. Y'all have a great night. For real, thanks for being here. Just got to keep it rolling.
Absolutely. So I don't know, Ben, do you want to step back in?
Sure.
All right, Ben is on his way back, and I'm actually going to step out for just a second. I will be right back too.
We got to bring in the Frost fan.
We do. Sam, where are you?
So Sam Frost, one of our analysts here, has been pretty passionate about the election in general. He's been pretty disappointed at some times, but I think he's feeling pretty good about himself right now. Interestingly, both Sam and I have bets against Andrew, 1-4 bets that we made right after Trump's uncouth comments about a woman on a bus. So we had 4-1 odds against, and so we had 4-1 odds against, and we took the bet, and so we're feeling pretty good right now. Again, still very early. They need Michigan. Trump needs Michigan. Whether or not that happens is the big question. How were the polls? Did you vote today, or did you vote?
I voted early. Yeah, I got in. I got them in with that crowd, trying to beat the lines. But apparently, early voting was actually when most people voted. So everybody that voted today had a lot less of a weight than we did. So, but yeah, I was glad to get in there early. Glad to get my vote in early.
So I'm trying to pull up the tweet that Hillary Clinton sent out.
This is big news.
This was a big one.
And this was before Florida. This is when Florida still looked like it could go either way.
Right.
She tweeted this, I feel like an hour ago.
Yeah. So I'm just pulling it up here. Everything we've worked toward. That's a pinned tweet. The team has so much to be proud of. Whatever happens tonight, thank you for everything. So
big if true.
Yeah. So the team has so much to be proud of. Whatever happens tonight, thank you for everything. That's kind of a.
And she's got that picture too of her hugging a little girl, right?
Yeah.
So emotional, so sweet.
Yeah.
Tugs at the heartstrings.
So, that's kind of an early concession.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's come down to just what we think is going to be about a 6 electoral vote margin of victory. That's absolutely incredible. If Michigan goes Trump.
Yeah.
So again, he needs Michigan, Iowa. Those are the big ones outstanding. And then he's got some other things that he has to clear up in Utah, Arizona. Some things that could have thrown a monkey in the wrench. Monkey wrench.
That is a thing. I will confirm that is a thing, ladies and gentlemen.
It's late, and I'm speaking too fast. They always say, when you're on camera, you gotta slow down, be a little more clear.
Anyways, I think that's going to be it for now. We may or may not be back soon. Depends if we survive out here. Things are getting intense in the office. We're almost out of pizza.
Yeah.
We're all out of wings.
We're all out of wings, man. I only had like 10.
I think we're almost out of beer too.
Don't tell me that. That's
so
not good.
So we'll have to figure out how we're gonna get that.
We got to send an intern out. If there was only an intern around here to go get some beer.
Anyways, this has been our election update. We are Tusk Media LLC. Follow us on Twitter at Tusk Media LLC. What are we doing with the stickers? What are we saying?
DM on Twitter.
Send us a DM. Let us know you were watching, and get yourself one of these incredible
no
free
stipulations.
stickers. You let us know where to send it. We'll send it. Look how many we got. There's so many stickers. Stick them all over everything. Stick them on your laptop.
I have one on
your
my phone.
card. He's got one on his phone.
Yeah.
Hey,
it fits perfectly.
Look, there's going to be an empty spot on every single American shirt tomorrow when we have to take off this I'm a whatever state voter sticker.
I did vote, by the way. I just did laundry. That's kind of like you do.
But if you did laundry, did you really vote? That's my question. I don't know. Anyways, I'll be replacing mine with one of these fancy bad boys. So keep in mind, send us a DM, follow us on Twitter, check out our podcast, like, subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again. Thank you all for joining us today. This has been the Investing Podcast.